And please welcome the great Vince Vaughn. Vince, I know you grew up in the Chicago area, huge Bears fan. Well, hey, what do you think of your Bears tonight? They're looking pretty good, right?
Yeah, they're getting it done, that's for sure. I grew up in Lake Forest, where Hallis Hall is actually, where the Bears would train just outside the city. So it's exciting to see them tonight. They're moving the football. Fields has been doing a lot of work there with his feet.
Yeah, they're doing some called quarterback runs, and hey, he's comfortable doing that. He can make some plays. There you are. You're on the field. So let's see. Hey, if they get a touchdown right here, well, Vince, you know, this could be pretty. It could be pretty exciting. It could be a game changer. What do you like, Pay? You think they got something else here, Pay? You think they got a good play up their sleeve? A little unbalanced.
They love these tosses outside, Vince. Getting this running back outside. They're pinning the defense inside, getting outside. All right, Vince, 2nd and goal. What's your call right here?
2nd and goal.
President Obama predicted a touchdown. What do you like?
Yeah, I think you just keep running it here. They got Montgomery and Herbert. I think you're on the 2-yard line in control of the game. I like to see him keep it on the ground.
Number 71 is an eligible receiver.
I think everybody is
you would audible
in agreement
out of this, right? Would you audible out of this?
Absolutely.
Would you guys audible out of this?
Yeah. If it was a run play called, definite audible. Sorry,
play action
Coach.
is your friend at the goal line.
Play action, yeah.
It's like, if all y'all are saying you should be running it, then I should be throwing it. That's his mentality.
That worked out good. Worked out well.
Yeah, he threw a lot of touchdowns.
No scrambling though. You guys might sneak one in there, right? They wouldn't expect it. Why not?
The play clock to 10. Thank you.
If we could, we would have. It wasn't by choice. It was by not having the ability to.
All right, let's see it.
Did you ever scramble one in? A few?
Yeah, I got a few. It was just when there was no other options.
Once every 4 years.
Everybody.
Right, Vince, you like a run up the middle? You like just running the Montgomery up the middle, huh? That's your call? Montgomery up the middle.
Yeah,
I like it.
I don't mind it here. Second down here. Why not? Montgomery's in the game. Maybe we pick a side here. Maybe a power
Number
play.
71 is eligible.
They might throw it to number 71. What do you think, Pate?
I don't think so. I like Vince. Keep doing what got you down here.
Motion. Here we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
There you go.
How about
I'm telling you.
Little misdirection.
Vaughn and President Obama come on, and the Bears roll on offense. I'm sensing a little trend here. Burr comes on, and the Patriots stink.
Talk about the Iceman. Burr came in, and it was like Christmas come early. I thought we were in late December with Burr. We got to invite him to every Chicago home game. I want to personally invite Burr. Burr's a good guy. I know Bill. He's very funny. But I want to give him whenever him and a guest want to come to Soldiers Field, we'd love to have him. The Iceman cometh, right, boys? He didn't like the flake gate. And now we got Burr bringing that Mr. Freeze miser to the
Absolutely. All right, Vince.
Stay with us.
Stay with us. Get some more questions when you come back. Thanks.
All right, welcome back. We got Vince Vaughn still with us, and the Bears right now are looking like the '85 Bears. They are playing well. President Obama talked about his love of the Bears and that great team. I've heard you talk about them. You actually did a 30 for 30, and you narrated about that and the Bears. And what about that team resonated with you? I know whenever I hear someone talk about the '85 Bears, I just think of the Refrigerator Perry and him sacking Peyton and like kind of laying on him and just like staying on him for a while. Do you think about that also? Do you imagine that?
You know, now that you put it in my mind, I think it's an image that's going to be there for a while, but it wasn't something that was top of mind there, Eli. Did the fridge lay on you a little bit there, Pate?
No, I wish he could have.
My nightmares. Yeah.
No, I know. I know he played against Lawrence Taylor, right? Didn't that happen?
Yes.
Tracy said you played against Lawrence Taylor, so
yes, he
I didn't
did.
know if the Fridge was in the same game. But you know what made that team
Same
great
season.
was the personalities. Look at all the great personalities on that team. You know, McMahon was great. Singletary, Walter Payton was so classy. Hampton, Dent. You had a lot of great personalities, and that's what made it fun. Those guys enjoyed it. You could tell they had a lot of fun that year.
And you do the 85 Bears shuffle? Do you know like the little dance?
Yeah, you know,
Super Bowl shuffle?
that dance is not a challenging dance, but it's not a rewarding dance to do in public either.
All right, how about we'll play the video and you sing the song? How about that? Can you do that?
God, I don't know if I remember all the individual lyrics, but I don't know that the writing was the strongest, but I think the charisma is what carried the day, right?
Vince, you played a
Could
little
they bring
football
Jones
in high
back
school?
in, or is that not going to happen?
No,
I did.
Not now.
I played junior high and high school. Not now.
How good were you? Yeah, how good were you? I mean, since you became an actor.
You know, I was all right. I played up in my sophomore year. I was in a car accident, so I stopped playing sports. Maybe for the better. Just it wasn't like I was going to go too far, but I enjoyed the game. My son plays tackle football now. He's 8, and this was his second year playing, and he enjoys it. I've always loved the game. Yeah, I really love the game of football. I think it's fun as a kid playing. What age did you guys start at?
I didn't play tackle until I was in about I think 7th grade. Eli was kind of a late bloomer. He didn't play till he was in the 8th, but you know there was a lot of reasons for that. But yeah, look, to me, youth football participation is down, but it's a great game, and we need more kids playing because I'm glad your 8-year-old's playing. If coached the right way, if taught how to properly tackle, it's a great game for youth, and then they learn to love it and go on to play in high school. So I'm a big fan of youth football, so I'm glad to hear your son's playing. Are you coaching?
No, that's exactly right. These coaches do a great job of really spending time on getting their head to the side and tackling the right way. They spend a lot of time on it, and you know, there's no game like that. It's a good chance for the boys to get out there and kind of, you know, hit each other, and they have a blast doing it. There's a lot of, you know, great friendships and stuff that come out of it. It's a unique game for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey Vince, obviously,
Who wins in ping pong and foosball between you two? Who's the king of the rec games?
I think I'm better at ping pong. We had a ping pong table growing up. I feel I was better. I think you're better at darts. You're better at darts. I'm better at ping pong.
Dad told me I had to let you win every now and then, Vince. That was kind of the deal, just to keep his head up.
Hey Vince, obviously Super Bowl 41, the Colts played the Bears. You're obviously rooting for the Bears in that. How confident were you in that game, especially when Devin Hester ran back the opening kickoff?
Well, that was crazy. You know, that was our offense. It's unbelievable, Devin Hester, just how many times he scored. But our defense was really strong, and offensively not so much. But this happened all the time. But the game started, you couldn't have felt better. Peyton, I heard you talk about that. You said you were just settling down into the game and the lights were going off, right?
Yeah, I mean, we weren't even supposed to kick to him all week. We said we're going to squiv it away from Hester. I was kind of looking around, watching all the flash bulbs in the stands, and I guess we got kind of bold and prideful on Saturday night and said, let's kick to him. And sure enough, he ran it back, and that was not how I wanted to start my first Super Bowl, playing in the rain, and then Hester runs it back. So the rest is history.
Yeah, you know, as a fan, you always root. For me,
I'd throw.
I'm doing a little drive here. This is where the fantasy players are still tuned in and sitting close, right? Hoping for that catch to put them in the lead.
Those are probably the only ones.
How are you guys on fantasy as players? Did you like fantasy, or do you guys, as players, did fantasy a distraction, or didn't bother you?
Yeah, I like that people are watching football somehow, some way, right? I think everybody should have their favorite team, keep up with players. I never liked somebody telling me, you know, great game when we got beat 35-28 because I got them 30 points in fantasy. That's not really the goal. But I think more eyeballs on the game is a good thing. Do you play, Vince? You got a team?
Yeah, I get teams going. I was late to it, but once you get started, it's it's a strange thing to be, cheering for someone to get a catch there with a couple minutes left. But yes, I definitely participate and have fun with it.
Holding. Offense, number 69. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Personal foul.
Vince, speaking of football movies, obviously Rudy, classic movie. You played the famous Notre Dame halfback, Jamie O'Hara. You made a great pass in that game on a halfback pass. Was that you, or was that a stunt double? Because it was impressive.
Yeah, that was impressive, and that was me. Right up until the point where the ball was thrown, then it wasn't me. I remember we kind of were getting ready. I was so excited going up in Chicago and Notre Dame. I was excited to come out there. There we go. There's some more defense. Maybe Papa Bear sprinkled down tonight and said not going to happen tonight against the Bears.
Oh, here it
is.
is.
Make Belichick wait. Oh, here it is.
Is that wait?
Yeah, I ran out at the
halftime.
No, that's not me. So I ran out, for the play at halftime. They said, you got to get in the huddle, because they were filming at halftime of a real game, so we only had 2 tries at it. And then right in the tunnel, they didn't tell me, right before we went out for the play, they said, run on the field, get in the huddle, and then get your butt, Vaughn, off the field as fast as you can, because we got another guy coming in for the pass. I said, but I'm ready. This is, I can handle this. They say we only got 2 chances, and we're not going to take any chances to mess this thing up. So the confidence was not high in me. And I had to get off the field. And this gentleman right here, I don't know who he is, but thank you. Thank you for making it look so good. Great form there on the boy, though, right?
It was. Yeah. Good follow through, good touch.
Peyton actually went and watched some film from you at Wedding Crashers, and then watched the film from Rudy to try to match up and see if the technique had changed, and he thought it looked a little different. He was watching film on you.
Yeah, maybe a little bit different. But that was definitely inspired, that Wedding Crashers by Peyton, because he would always come up to the line and change the plays and always look so complicated, and he kind of make these decisions, and he'd have this terminology. So as a fan, I always thought that was cool. So when we went to shoot the scene that day, I remember saying to the director, I thought, the more I make it like I really am invested here and know what I'm doing, I think the funnier it's going to be when it goes bad. So it was definitely Peyton inspired to say, hot route and 7-Eleven, I think Owen said to me. And yeah, we were definitely feeding off of Peyton's skills there.
That scene, Vince, is the number 2 best football scene according to NFL.com. You got beat out by Fast Times at Richmond High. Are you disappointed about this?
Well, sadly, it's another thing that NFL.com is wrong about, and they're just kind of adding to their list at this point. But no, Fast Times is funny too. It was fun. It was fun shooting that scene. We had a good time doing it.
It says that scene. That
scene hot route.
It's 4 minutes long, that scene. But how long did it take you to film it? Did it take a long time?
It's funny. It took about a half a day to film that thing, because you had to, here we go, another one outside, kicking it inside. Yeah, we had to get some reactions from people, and then, there was all the hits, and then the stuff with Owen and Rachel and the dialogue. So yes, you gentlemen know, you guys are old pros. You guys are like Seabiscuit, a couple of show ponies getting taken around the track here. You guys have been doing a lot of stuff.
Was Bradley Cooper actually tackling you, and how was his tackling form?
Cooper's great. He got a little methody. He was definitely into it. I had to remind him we were making a comedy, but he was definitely laying the wood. He's a great guy and a terrific actor, and was really fun to do that with. But he really brought so much intensity. It was easy to act a little intimidated. He looked like Lawrence Taylor coming in on the outside on the rush.
And then your
edge rusher Cooper coming in bringing the hammer. He could never do that nowadays, Cooper. He couldn't. Yeah, they're trying to get him to jump.
Yeah, but you had
Cooper couldn't do those kind of hits in today's game.
Blue 17, red 7, red 7, red 7, hot route, hot route, hot route, red 7, hot route. I mean, was that a real cadence, or are you trying to get someone's attention? Did you think about an Omaha, or do you think Peyton might sue you if you said Omaha?
Smart.
I didn't know that Peyton would be suing anybody, but like I said, it was definitely inspired by Peyton. I just started playing around and having fun, and You know, we just kind of kept building on it, got carried away with it.
Priceless.
A little ball control here, boys. This is it. This is what you do. You grind the clock down, no mistakes.
Run the clock.
Why not?
Yeah, y'all haven't had a lot of these situations in a while of having a lead and running the clock out. Usually you've been trying to catch up, but all three phases played well tonight, Vince. I mean, your defense really set the tone, and then Justin Fields, I think, has probably had his best game. Made good decisions.
Yeah, he
used his legs.
He definitely looks good. It's been painful enough. It's been painful enough without you putting a thumb on me right there, Peyton, to live through some of this hardship. But tonight is definitely a ray of sunshine.
Hey, Justin Fields right now has 13 completions, and he's got 13 rushes. Have you ever had the same amount of completions as rushes in a game before?
No, not even not possible. Not possible. I never threw the ball 2 times.
Hey Vince, I don't know if you remember this, Vince, but Peyton always talks about meeting you in the tunnel of a Colts Eagles game back in 2010. Well, the Colts end up losing that game, and he threw 2 interceptions. So on behalf of all the defensive coordinators out there, what did you say to Peyton in that tunnel before the game?
That's funny. You know, I do remember seeing Peyton. I was a fan of his, and so I was there promoting something at the Eagles game, which is, you know, not a stadium you want to wear a jersey for the opposing team at. But yeah, I don't remember. I think I just was nice to him and said hi. Maybe if I was negative, that would have sparked your fires and motivated you, Peyton. Maybe I was too complimentary of you before the game.
That's what it was. Yeah, I got the big head and thought I was good and went out and was hitting the Eagles defensive backs in stride that day.
Please reset the game clock to 4:41. 4:41 on the game clock, please.
Eli, why don't they go for it right there? 4th and 1, right? I think I might just try to put the hammer down, break their will.
I agree. You've been running the ball all over them. Just run it and
well, you know, gentlemen, the analytics are very different nowadays on that type of thing.
That is true. That is true.
All right, stay with us,
Vince. Stick with us. Coming right back. Welcome back. Vince Vaughn still with us. Hey, Vince, you have a pair of Christmas projects coming out, A Christmas Story Christmas on HBO Max, which you produced. Comes out November 17th. And then you have Christmas with the Campbells you produced and wrote, coming out December 2nd on AMC+. It's got to be an exciting time to have these 2 projects around the corner. What can people expect?
Yeah, fun. You know, the movie Christmas Story with the Red Ryder BB gun. It's a sequel to that with the same actor, Peter Billingsley. He wrote the movie, too. It turned out great. And then the Campbells, we had a Hallmark writer write a traditional Hallmark movie, and then we just went through and made it rated R with a bunch of language, and it turned out really funny as well. But I wanted to ask you guys, what do you think of all this analytics stuff? What do you think of all the analytics? Where do you guys come down on that?
I mean, Vince, I still think you have to have a feel for what's actually happening in this game, right? Just because the analytics say we should go far on this 4th and 1, we've struggled on 3rd and short all game. Our short yardage running back is not running well. Maybe we shouldn't do it today, right? And so you still have to have a feel of the game, and I think that's the one thing that kind of gets cloudy every now and then. Eli,
I agree with you. I'm glad to hear you say that. Eli, where do you feel?
Agree. Yeah, I agree. I think it's, you know, some of the things just you gotta be smart. You gotta understand, like right there, that series before, the analytics might say, hey, 4th and 1, we're up, you know, punt it, but it's like we're running all over this team. They have not stopped us yet on a 4th and 1. Let's just go run it and win the game. Just have a little feel for when you're doing things well and when you're not doing things well, and make the decisions based off that.
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes now when it happens, it's like even with baseball, you know, sometimes they pull someone out. It feels like the manager's just giving messages, and I don't know. I'm not as. I think it has its place in the game, but maybe getting relied on too much.
Yeah, I think you got to look at your players. Say if you got strengths, if you got good big offensive line, and you can run it for 1 yard, then you trust the guys to do it. If you know, the Bears might think, hey, we got 2 guards that haven't played all year, and we don't want to, you know, run in certain situations. I understand it, but I think he's got to kind of make decisions based off how things are going.
Hey, Vince, everybody knows you're a Notre Dame
What's the
fan,
downside of bringing Jones in now?
No, you can't bring Jones in now.
No, too late.
You can't bring Jones in now. Jones is in
would.
a bad
Let him
mood.
get a little work
You
in.
hooked him early. To put him in at 33-14 is to let the D lineman tee off on him. Probably not the right thing to do. No, Notre Dame, but I saw a picture of you wearing an Ole Miss jersey. I mean, did the paparazzi kind of unveil something here? Are you a supporter of Eli's Ole Miss Rebels?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I like the Rebels some. They got a great tradition there before the game and that. Kippen's done a good job last week. Excluded, obviously, but they've been exciting to watch for sure.
What are you talking about? You know, Vince.
Get him a Tennessee shirty.
We have a new Caesars commercial.
Well, how about them? Peyton, you got to be thrilled. Are you thrilled, Peyton, with Tennessee? They've been
Vince,
balling,
are you
man.
thrilled with
Have
this?
They've been fun to watch.
Are you thrilled with this? How about
Look at
this?
Look at this. Look at that.
I'm telling you.
What's the analytics say about that?
You need to
a
call
good night
Burr.
for the defense.
You need to call Burr when you get off here, Vince, and ask him how he's feeling.
I'll text him right now.
Yeah.
I'll text Burr, see what he says.
He's not going to be in a good mood.
He's the Iceman. Honestly, I got to give him tickets whenever he wants it to Soldier Field. Him and a guest, or be my pleasure to bring him. Anytime the Patriots are in town, we'd love to have him. Host them in the city for a couple days.
Threw it behind
He's
him
a great
there.
guy. He's funny.
Eli.
He makes me laugh.
Eli, they had the pick earlier. They got, the cheap shot, so they deserved to get that one. Threw it behind them. He made them pay with the one-handed pick. All right. Let's pound it in here for another one.
Look at this. They won't put this thing in the air, will they?
They will not put it in the air. The question is, you could take a knee here after the 2-minute warning. My guess is the Pats don't call timeouts, but what do you think, E? If I'm the Bears, I might just run it up, for a little statement, right? We put 40 in Foxborough.
Yeah, I got Montgomery on my fantasy football team. I wouldn't mind if you got a touchdown for me. It might help me win, but I don't think they care about my fantasy team.
Hey, Vince. Hey, Vince, thanks for joining us. Thanks for doing this, pal.
Great to see
Appreciate
you, boys.
it very much.
You guys be well.
Thank you, buddy. All right, man. Thanks.